Yep, it's recording. Let's go.
Over here. Hey, how you doing, Rick?
Fine, thank you.
I just want to congratulate you and thank you. It's kind of a big deal to be able to come in and talk to somebody. A lot of people aren't able to do that. And so I just kind of wanted to affirm you and know that, well, I'll just ask you, is it kind of weird for you to come in to talk to somebody, or?
Well, I have some equivocation over it. It is kind of difficult. This is the first time I've ever had to come in and speak with someone. I'm kind of self-reliant and really.
Yeah, and this is kind of attacking that self-reliance a little bit.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, this is our first session, and so we have some paperwork we got to do, and basically it's just to get to know you a little bit, try to figure out why you're coming in. So maybe we can formulate like a plan together, an action plan of where you're at, where do you want to be, how can I be helpful if at all possible, and also if you have any questions about the process or me, this will give you an opportunity to ask those as well. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so what brings you in here today?
Well, I'm sorely disappointed because I've worked with this IBM company for 25 years, and now I'm in, I'm approaching 60 years of age, and they laid me off, and I think there's some discrimination going on, but I'm really disappointed. I'm depressed. I feel like I'm depressed. I really don't know what depression looks like, but let me use another word. I'm really stressed out because I don't know what's going to happen. How I'm going to feed my family.
Yeah. So you're married?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been married for?
I've been married 40 years.
40 years?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. Do you have any kids?
3 children.
3 children. I imagine they're grown, or?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so you're feeling kind of just the burden, and how long did you work for IBM?
25 years.
Wow. That's a big part of your life.
Yes, it is.
How did this come about? Did they just come? What happened?
Well, I've been thinking that the new manager who came on board, I don't think he likes me very much. And,
what makes you say that?
well, I have a couple of times showed in late. I came in late because I have this difficulty. I drink a little bit.
Okay.
And so because, I had a bad bout with alcohol about 3 weeks ago, and I came in late. I just didn't wake up in time. I passed out that following night, and I got up in the morning and I didn't hear the alarm clock, and all of a sudden I'm late, but I did show up. I showed up and I apologized.
Yeah. Had this been a problem before? Has this happened before?
It was twice.
Just 25 years?
Yes, in 25 years.
Okay. But a new boss kind of came in, and so he didn't know about your past.
He didn't know the good part of me, the good side, the good record I have. They have records there, but he took the liberty to lay me off.
Yeah. That was kind of like a punch in the gut.
Yeah, I'm very distressed over it because I guess I'm more worried about how am I going to support my family.
Have you shared this? Does your wife know what happened?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How are things there?
Well, that's okay. It's okay. In fact, she's the one that looked you up in the telephone directory and
Oh really?
and recommended me to come here.
Okay. Sounds like she cares about you.
Yeah, she does.
Have you guys been able to talk about just how you're feeling at all, or?
Yeah, we do a little bit. I just don't want to burden her with all of it. I mean, she's been a good woman, and I just don't want to have her experience the same kind of stress I'm going through. Somebody in the family needs to stay strong.
Kind of that self-reliant thing. little
That
bit?
self-reliant thing, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that might be an area we can explore a little bit. Just maybe.
Well, I hope you can kind of help me fix this thing.
Well, we can definitely explore different avenues and just kind of see, what can you do moving forward. And I'm a firm proponent of taking advantage of support that's already there. And it sounds like being married for 40 years. How would you say your guys' relationship is? Is it good, bad?
Well, it's good,
Yeah?
yes.
What would she say, you think?
Oh, I think she would say it was good,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's a great asset.
Yes,
40
it
years
is.
of being married to the same lady.
Mhm.
That's a pretty special thing. And so that might be an avenue we can look at, is either to bring her in as well and have you guys kind of practice.
She wouldn't mind coming in. She said she would come in, but.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Wow. How does that feel to know that you got your wife supporting this?
Well, that's real reassuring.
Mm.
It's real reassuring, and so I feel good about that. But she's this supporting my family, and that's what my issue. That's my big issue. Is I'm just so stressed and under a tremendous amount of weight and a burden I have to carry.
Feels like it's all on you.
Yes, absolutely.
How have you been dealing with that?
Well, I stop off at the bar once in a while on the way home from work, and I'll take me just a couple of nips. Not, because I don't want to disappoint my wife, but that kind of calms my nerves. But that's how I've been dealing with it. Other than that, I don't really have any friends or anything. So.
Okay. So in some ways, it sounds like you're feeling a little bit alone, even though you got your wife
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but I do pretty good at that, even though I don't have as many friends. I've got some acquaintances, however, but I don't want to talk to them because I'm embarrassed.
Right. Right.
I mean, we're all living in the same community in $500 million homes, $500,000 million homes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And if they find out what happened, it's just embarrassing.
You said that you've been kind of stopping off at, how long ago was it that you got laid off?
Oh, this just been a week ago.
Just a week ago.
Uh-huh.
So it's new.
Yes.
Okay. It's like the bomb blew up kind of just a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you were saying that you were stopping off after work to drink a little bit, what have you been doing since this happened?
Actually, I just stay around the house. My wife works, that helps us out. But I just stay around the house and I'm just trying to figure out where to go from here.
Okay.
But I'm distraught. I gotta figure out a way to deal with this apprehension, this uncertainty, this unknowing. It just bears a tremendous amount of hardship on me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You said it was kind of heavy.
Yeah, that's how it feels.
What's it like when you see your wife go to work in the morning?
Well, I get that's when I'll take a little nip again.
Okay.
And but when she leaves, I cook her meals for her and stuff, and so we get along that way. But I start stewing again, wondering how am I going to make it, because her income is not enough. Not if we're going to keep up with our acquaintances and stuff around the community. It just we'll never make enough money. I mean, I got to get another job.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you feel confident that maybe you can, or what's it like to think about getting a new job?
Well, I don't know if he's going to give me a good write-up, but I like I said, I'm self-reliant. I'm going to get out there and beat the bushes.
Okay.
Do the best that I can,
What does that look like for you?
Well, I've already got, I'm going to look at Lockheed Martin. I'm going to look at Americom. I'm going to look at, I've got some leads, but I don't know, the market right now is very difficult.
Kind of unknown.
Yes.
Okay. It sounds like you're at least kind of formulating a plan of what to
I'm wondering, I just want to take the edge off. I wonder if you can help me that way, just to take the stress off.
Okay. And what is that stress? Like, can you describe that?
Well, it feels like a burden, like something heavy on my back,
Okay.
and I get real irritable,
Mm.
and I get a little grouchy. Although I never yell at my wife or anything like that,
Mhm.
I get irritable, I have insomnia, I have,
Mhm.
I have, I drink just a little bit. Like I said, it's not out of control, but I do drink. Once or twice I got a little out of control, but I keep it together pretty much.
Okay.
It's this irritability, this nervousness, this I'm fidgety. You know, that's how I can describe it. It's just a real ugly feeling.
Mm. You think your wife has noticed?
Oh, yeah. I get angry, you know, I've been listening to all the politicizing going on, because you know it's this 2012 election, and I'm listening to Romney, and I'm listening to Obama, and I yell at the TV a lot. I get real angry because, you know, our country's not doing well, and so I yell at the TV, and she tells me now, you know, honey, it's not gonna do you any good, you need to settle down, and then I'll go and give me a little nip again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me.
Okay. Okay. Were you doing this type of stuff? Are you kind of, sounds like you're pretty active in the political, at least aware of what's going on, or?
I'm aware of it, but I'm not involved, you know.
Okay. But it gets you fired up.
Gets me really upset. But I think a lot of this here, because I never used to be like this, I mean, 25 years of a good record, just 2 times of coming in late because, you know, of a hangover, and I have a good record, and this just all happened all of a sudden because I lost my job.
Okay. Have you ever, you kind of mentioned your wife looked in the phone book for you to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the first time you've ever come in for counseling? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you taking any kind of medications for anything?
No.
No? Okay, how would you describe your health?
I'm pretty tough, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty, I've got good health, I'm on no medications. Yeah, I'm okay in that arena.
Okay, that's good. And you said, and how old were you exactly? You said?
I'll be 60 next month.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking pretty good.
Oh, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see a little bit of kind of good pride in the fact that you're doing good. You're
Yeah.
tough, you said.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a positive thing to have. I would say.
Just stressed out, I gotta have something to help me there, that's why I came in.
Okay. Do you exercise?
Oh, yes, I
Oh.
exercise a little bit. I'll go out maybe twice a week and I'll jog.
Okay. Have you been doing that, is that for a long time, or a new thing, or?
No, I've been doing it most of my life.
Okay. For about how long?
Oh, 25 years.
Oh my goodness. That's where you get that toughness from.
Yes.
Okay. How long do you jog for?
Just about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. That's enough for me.
Okay. Have you still been doing that since you lost your job?
But not since I lost my job. I just feel immobile.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
just don't, I have no, you know, fatigued.
Okay. So your wife kind of leaves for work in the morning, you get up and make her breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and then you say you have like a nip or two?
Yeah, and then I'll watch the political wrangling that's on TV.
And that kind of gets you
And
fired
I stay
up?
home all day. I do nothing. I don't want to go anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
But I do get on the computer once in a while and try to put in a resume here or there, but just have no energy.
Okay. All right. I don't think that this applies to you, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Do you take any recreational drugs, or do you use anything?
No no drugs, not in my house. I'll have a nip or two, but that's it.
Okay.
Alcohol.
Yeah. How often do you drink, like, say, maybe more than 4 drinks in a 24-hour period? Does that ever happen?
Oh, no, in a 24-hour period, the most I'll have is maybe two to three beers. That's it.
2 to 3 beers? So you drink beers in the morning when your wife leaves, or?
Well, I won't start that till about 11 o'clock
Okay.
in the morning.
And just have a Bud Light or something?
That's right.
Okay. Okay. And how often, is that like every day of the week, or?
No, it's not, it may be about 3 times a week, and I don't drink cheap beer. I drink Blue Moon and some of the Belgian beers that you
Oh.
have, you know. I like top shelf alcohol.
If you're gonna drink, might as well be good stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I look at it.
Okay, hey, we're here in Colorado, right? It's the land,
Yes.
land of good beer, so.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. I just wanna ask you, how does it feel to come in and kinda talk about how you're, what's going on with you?
I'm feeling pretty good now, you know, already I'm starting to loosen up a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed though if somebody sees me in here.
Hmm.
That's why I slipped in through the back door, and I'm glad you have a back door here.
Okay. Well, that brings me to something that we didn't really, it was on those forms that you looked at, out in the waiting room.
Mhm.
And my receptionist kind of went over it with you, but I just want to reiterate that. Our conversation here, it's confidential. Okay, so even if, for instance, like your wife calls in or your kids, I'm not going to even tell them that you came in.
Okay.
Unless you tell me that that's something you want to do, and you actually have to sign something telling me that. Okay, so
Okay.
our conversation here is confidential, but there are a couple exclusions to that here in the state of Colorado. And I just feel like these are things that I need to make sure that you understand this. And I actually will talk to you about this, because it sounds like you've been struggling with some depression, feeling down. And part of my responsibility and part of my job is to make sure that you're safe. And so if in our conversation, you tell me that you've been struggling with maybe suicidal thoughts or hurting yourself, I have to make sure that you're safe.
Mhm.
And we'll have to discuss that and talk about that. And I might have to call somebody to make sure that you are safe, okay?
Okay.
If you tell me about, again, safety's the key, of any sort of child abuse that you're involved in, even if it happened in the past, I have to actually call the police and report that. What I would do in that instance is actually try to talk to you, and maybe you could call and report it yourself instead of me doing it. With 9/11 happening, 10 years ago, there's a new law that states that if you were really angry at the government and planning on going and blowing up the federal building or something like that, it's my obligation again to report that. Again, we're talking about safety here. We want to make sure that people are okay and safe. Okay, so other than those areas, your safety, the safety of children, or actually older people, like if you were taking care of your parents and there was abuse there, I'd have to report that also. And so the key word there is safety. And so as you're communicating things with me, if I get a hint or an idea that maybe somebody's not safe, we'll explore that a little bit. And if it turns out maybe there's something going on, then I would have to report. Now, other than that, anything that's going on with you, how you're feeling, what's going on, that's between you and I. You own that, okay? That's your story. And you're privileging me to share that with me. And that's it. I don't share that with anybody else unless you tell me to, or sign a release, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, okay. Now, I do have to ask you, as we've been talking about this, in this past week, if you thought about hurting yourself at all?
Oh, no, that's the farthest thing from my mind.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm not gonna hurt myself,
Okay,
and I'm not gonna hurt anybody else either.
okay. Has it ever been a struggle for you?
Oh, no,
No?
no.
Okay. Well, that's extremely positive there, okay? That's something you can just know about yourself. You said, I'm tough.
Yes. And so I don't have any issues with that.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions here real quick.
Okay.
And just tell me your answers to them, okay? Have you ever experienced any of these, okay? Extreme depressed mood. Has that kind of been here this week?
Maybe that's what I'm going through.
Okay, sounds like it maybe, okay. Have you had mood swings?
Yeah, I get angry and I calm down.
Yeah. You're just watching the TV?
Is that what you mean by mood?
Well, I mean, so you're watching the TV, the Fox News or whatever, and then get really heated, or?
Well, not with Fox, because I'm with Fox.
Okay.
I watch this MSNBC and this CNN and that
Chris Matthews.
oh, don't mention that name, Chris Matthews.
Not a big fan, huh?
No, absolutely not. I think he's cantankerous, he's belligerent, he's nefarious, he has an agenda. He brings about consternation in the country that I cannot stomach him.
Okay, okay. Rapid speech, do you get excited?
Yeah, sometimes.
A little bit, okay. How about anxiety? So,
Yes.
Yes. Kind of worrying about how to take care of your
My
family?
job.
Your job,
Yeah,
and taking care of you.
and how to take care of my family.
Okay. Now, how severe is that? What does that look like for you?
Well, again, it's just, I gotta get this feeling inside of me is what I wanna get rid of. I don't feel good about it. And, you know, again, it's not severe that I'm gonna hurt somebody or myself or hurt my family. It's just that I feel just terrible inside.
Okay. Are you worrying a lot?
Worrying's part of it.
Okay. How about panic attacks? Have you ever had a panic attack?
No.
Okay. Now, how about phobias? Is there any
No,
phobia?
I have no phobias.
Okay. You kind of mentioned this before, but I'll ask again. Sleep disturbances?
Yes, I'm
You've been,
having a hard time sleeping because I'm always trying to think of how I can get jobs.
have you taken anything for that?
Well, I take, only thing I take is a little bit of Benadryl.
Okay.
Some Benadryl and some, it's a mixture of like an ibuprofen and Benadryl, you know.
Okay.
So I have some weak knees.
Okay. It kind of take the pain away.
Yes, and then it helps me sleep too.
Okay. Okay. How about hallucinations?
No.
No. Okay. Have you kind of ever lost track of time? Zone out a little
No,
bit?
no, I'm good at that. I'm good telling time and things.
How about your memory? How's that?
It's good.
That's good. Okay. How about alcohol and substance abuse? You talked about drinking.
We talked about drinking. I don't take any drugs. I don't believe in that.
Okay. Would you consider that maybe you're abusing alcohol a little bit, or has anybody ever asked you about that, or?
I don't have any DWAIs, DUIs, no police record. I have a clean record.
Has your wife ever suggested maybe you're drinking too much?
No, she hasn't said either.
Do you think what does she think about it?
Well, she's noticed that I've increased a little bit, but not to the extreme that it's interrupting my functions, daily life.
Okay. How about stuff like heartburn?
No?
No? Backache, headache?
No?
No? Okay, that's good. How's your eating habits?
I'm not eating as well because I'm just, you know, I'm not eating as well as I used to.
Have you lost any weight?
No?
No? Okay. How do you consider, like when you look in the mirror, how do you think you look?
Well, you know, being that this has just happened over the last 2 weeks, I don't think I've really fallen apart. I'm trying to prevent anything from happening, and I don't see myself changed at all when looking in the mirror.
Okay. Okay. How about your thinking? Have you been obsessing about anything at all?
Just trying to find a job.
Okay. Is that like a new thing? Have you
Yeah.
struggled with that?
Because I haven't struggled over it in the last 25 years. I had a pretty good senior care position.
Right. Okay. Okay. Have you ever struggled with like obsessive, repetitive behaviors? Washing your hands a lot, or
No.
closing a door a bunch of times?
Oh,
or-
no, that's some of those crazy people they talk about a lot in the hospitals and stuff, you know.
but that's
You
not
know,
good.
like, no, absolutely not. That's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Did you see that?
I have seen that.
Yeah,
With Nurse Ratchet, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
She was kinda scary.
No, yeah.
I hope I don't come across like that.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Hey, thank you for, I know this is kind of tiring a little bit to go through all these questions, but it just helps for us to kind of figure out a plan. And again, do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
Is that, are we through?
Not yet, almost.
Okay.
How about your religion? Are you religious at all? Do you have a spiritual background, or?
Well, I go to church. My father was a pastor.
Oh, what denomination?
It was, well, we don't call it a pastor, actually. He's just a ward leader. It's Mormonism.
Okay, okay.
He's a leader is what he is.
Did you get married in the temple and stuff?
Well, the one in Salt Lake City, yes.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
I've only seen it from a distance. That place is beautiful.
It is, and I was privileged to go in there and see the pool for the baptism of the dead and the ox around it.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's just a gorgeous place.
Yeah. On Christmas time, we would watch their choir when they would sing.
I got to hear the Mormon Tabernacle Choir
Mm-hmm.
twice.
Wow. Where are you from there, or?
Well, I'm right out Park City.
Okay, is that where you grew up?
Yeah, right outside Park City, yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
okay, that's really awesome. Having a faith, something to fall back on. Is it important to you, or?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's why I don't drink that much.
Yeah. Does that bother you? How do you deal
Well,
with
I have
attention?
no guilt over it, but you know, I don't tell these people a whole lot.
Mm.
Besides, I know some of them drink caffeine and Coca-Cola anyhow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Some of the other brothers, yeah.
How about your wife? Is she a spiritual lady too, or?
Well, she used to be in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Oh, wow. So she's got a pretty voice.
Yes, she does. Sings like a bird.
You seem to be, in some ways, a very lucky man.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions, if you don't mind, just about your family, their background, and if, you know, their mental history background, and just want to see if maybe there's any patterns that we can maybe identify.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody in your family, immediate or even your relatives, had any difficulties with depression?
Not that I know of.
No, mom and dad, brothers, sisters?
Well, I guess my father's Uncle Hiram.
So
Hiram.
grandpa?
Well, no, my uncle.
Oh, your
He'd be
uncle.
my great uncle.
Your great uncle?
Uncle Hiram.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the
Okay.
only one.
Okay. Did you know one?
Well, he was one of the church leaders.
Oh. Okay. How about bipolar?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. They used to call it manic depressive.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's what he was.
Oh, that's what he was?
Yes.
He suffered? Okay. Okay. That can get a little bit scary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about anxiety? Anybody in your family had any sort of anxiety?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Panic?
No.
No. Okay. Schizophrenia?
Oh, no.
No? No. Okay. Has anyone else had alcohol or substance abuse?
No, because, you know, we come from a large Mormon family and people just don't drink.
They just don't drink it. Okay. Any eating disorders?
No.
No. Okay. How about learning disabilities?
No.
No. Okay. Any sort of trauma history? Was anybody in the military?
No.
No. Okay. Has anybody in your family ever tried to commit suicide?
Yes. Yes, they have.
Hmm.
My great uncle's wife, the one that had the bipolar.
Mm. That must have, were you around when that happened? Or?
I just heard of it. I just
Okay.
heard about it.
Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds like your family's got a pretty good, at at least from what you just shared, mental health history, that's a blessing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw a couple things out here at you. We're almost done today.
Okay.
Just sitting here with you, there's a couple things that have come across to me about where you seem to be pretty strong. And when I asked you how you're doing physically, you kind of went like this, and you're like, I'm tough.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that sounds like something that you take some pride in.
Yes, I do.
And I would even say that that's a strength. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I think it is.
Another strength that I kind of identified just from hearing your story is you've been married for 4 years.
Yes.
And it sounds like your wife in some ways is kind of a rock for you. Is that-
She is, oh, yeah,
Mm.
she is.
And the fact that she even went out and made this appointment for you, and that you were willing to come, that shows me that you trust your wife.
That's right.
Is
I
that-
do trust her. Yes, I do.
Mm.
She's out there waiting for me.
In the car?
No, she's in your lobby here.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that she was willing to come in maybe and we can do some stuff together
Yeah,
perhaps?
but she, you know, she didn't want to come in with me initially. That's why she's waiting out there, you know, so.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you a question. What do you like most about yourself? Besides the fact that you're handsome.
Well, you know, I used to like myself a lot, and I just don't, because after losing my job, I finally realized that the world didn't spin on my axis.
That was a major blow.
It's just a terrible blow, so what I like about myself right now, it's kind of hard. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't answer that right now.
Let's see if we can try something here real quick. How about rewind about 3 weeks in the past? You're at your job, there's no idea that you're gonna lose your job. You've been working there for 25 years, maybe you're looking at retirement here pretty soon.
Well, I had this real good project going on that I was going to give a briefing on to the owner of the corporation.
To the owner of IBM?
Yes, and so I was very, very stoked about that, and I got a lot of pats on the back, that of boys, and I was flying high at that time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this happened.
So what did you like about yourself at that point?
I liked that I was competent, that people would depend on me, that I could put together a good briefing, I had a good power projection platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say, or maybe some of the ways that you've dealt with stress in the past before this is a new thing. This is a little bit bigger perhaps than past struggles that you've had, but how did you deal with difficult times prior to this? What would you do?
Exercise.
Okay.
I'd go run, but like I told you earlier, sir, I don't have any energy right now.
Yeah, it's been harder this time. What else?
But I'd go down to the ward, and I'd meet with the guys.
The ward.
Yes, we'd talk about the Pearl of Great Price. And
Oh, is that what they call the local church?
yes, the ward is the local church, yeah, kind of like a church. We don't have crosses on ours, though, we just have spires.
Okay. And so, and has that been a little bit more difficult to do this time?
Oh, I stopped going. Last 2 weeks, I don't go. No way, I'm not gonna show up there.
Kind of afraid of...
Yeah, I know how people talk. I don't want to be shamed anymore than I am. I'm already embarrassed.
Yeah. It's kind of a big deal. Wonder what your guy friends, what your friends are gonna say, how they're gonna look at you. Yeah.
They've already come knocking at the door, but I don't answer
You
it.
haven't answered the door.
No, like I said, I stay home most of the time.
Yeah.
They'll come in there, they'll smell that booze.
They don't know that you drink?
Oh, heavens no.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't make it to the celestial if they knew that.
Right. Okay.
I'd stay, you know, in the terrestrial.
We don't want that.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So, I've heard you say, thank you, by the way, for sharing those things. What we've just done is kind of looked at some of your strengths and some of the things I think we can build on. This is a new situation, and it is maybe more complicated and painful than things you've experienced in the past, but you definitely have some very positive things happening in your life right now. May not feel like it. But from my perspective, from an outsider's view, I'm saying, wow, there's some things here that we can definitely lean on.
Okay, I'm pleased to hear that.
Yeah. And I also just want to point out, I don't know if you've thought about this, but having a major, in some ways, crisis like you're experiencing, the natural response would be to feel pretty down. You're not weird or different or something's wrong with you. That's not the case. Okay? I just want to throw that out there a little bit at you, and kind of today when you leave that, just know that, yeah, you'd actually be kind of weird if you weren't impacted in a negative way when you lose a job after 25 years. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's just one thing I'd like to, for whatever my opinion is worth to you, okay? Just kind of throw that out there to you. Here's the last question, and this is kind of what we'll use to springboard going forward, okay? What would you like to get out of this? I mean, you've mentioned some things, but after talking here for this first session.
I want this feeling to stop.
Okay.
You know, the feeling I described to you, like being irritable and angry, and I want to be able to sleep a little bit better. I want this fatigue to stop. I want my life back to the way I used to have it. When I get out and run, I feel the fresh air, and I challenge. I run some marathons, and that's what I want. And I want you to help me with that if you can. You know.
Well, let me ask you another question. How can I help you as you're coming in?
Well, I want you to listen to me.
Okay.
I think what you're doing is good right now because you're hearing me. Somebody's hearing me, and you're helping me with my burden. I can't do this with my wife. I don't want to put too much on her right now.
Okay. Okay. Have you felt heard today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you gave me all those questions and stuff. You let me share it with you. Yes, I felt heard.
Okay. So that is one thing I think I can help you with at least is to share some of this to help you feel maybe not alone. But what else? Like going forward, what are some things that maybe like a goal? What would you like? I hear what you're saying.
Are you a Mormon?
I am not. I'm a little bit familiar. The Church of Latter-day Saints, right?
Yes, that's correct.
When I was a little kid,
Well,
I used to see the commercials on TV, and it was in Reader's Digest. And I told my mom, I said, why don't we go to that church? And she said, well, because we go to this one. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, no, that's all right. Another way you can help me is just, no, that's it. Listen to me and maybe just, help me get through this difficult period of my life.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do, just kind of going forward, is, if you don't mind, this week in between our sessions, it sounds like you've got a little bit of downtime. With your wife going to work. If you wouldn't mind getting out a piece of paper and kind of writing down a couple, maybe 2 or 3, maybe more if more come to mind, of just some very specific things that you would like to see in your life moving forward.
Okay.
If that means looking for a job, if that means you're 60 years old, and so maybe there's some other avenues. Okay. And write those down, okay? And next week, we'll kind of explore some of those together and see if, is there anything you can do to actually start pursuing those, okay? And the other thing I'd like you to do, and this might be a little bit more difficult because you have said that you felt really fatigued, see if you can, do you have a dog?
No, I don't want any cats,
You
or
know,
dogs,
no animals.
no animals.
Okay, well then you might have to do this one by yourself, but see if you can, what would it look like for you to get up one of those days and take one of your 15-minute jogs,
Okay.
okay? Just see if you could do that,
All
all right? And then we'll kind of talk about just what that was like for you, and if it was helpful, if it wasn't, okay?
right.
Well, do you have any questions for me? We're getting ready to wrap up
No,
today.
I appreciate it, and thank you very much for your help, and, yeah.
Well, Rick, it's been a pleasure meeting you,
All right, thank you.
and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.